And we're live. So excited for Friday, and hopefully having a really awesome. I know it's going to be an awesome live today because we got a super special guest, and heck, even Renee hopped on with us today. So it's gonna be a great day. So we're really excited. We'll let you guys know who the guest is if you guys didn't actually read through the description. But you guys have probably seen him before, and if not, you guys are in for a treat. He is absolutely amazing, awesome, has so much experience in this industry, and is really helping train agents and agency owners and how to kill it in this industry. So we're going to be talking about that. We're just going to have a good time. Kind of, this is our first real live back. We did one earlier this week, so we're really excited to have you guys here. Please, as you're watching this and as you're joining us, let us know in the comments that you're here. They can hear and see us, where you're joining from, what kind of lines of insurance you specialize in, all that good stuff. If you're catching the replay, let us know as well. We would love to hear it in the replay, and you can definitely ask your questions, and even afterwards in the replay, we'll see those and be able to answer, and our special guests will be able to answer them as well. So we're really excited. So we're going to give people a second or two to hop on. I know Amy's sending out a broadcast and everything, but guys, we're excited for 2020. It's 2020, guys. It's a new year. Everybody's total AP restarts. Everybody's year restarts. It's back to square one. And what are you gonna do for this year? And hopefully you have some goals and some things you're going to be working towards. And we're going to be talking about that a little bit today too, because if you don't know where you're going, you can't get there. So really excited. So I got the comments over here. So kind of waiting to see some people hop in and be able to tell us that they can hear us and see us. So please let us know, because we look forward to having you guys here. And Amy will drop a link, which is actually right here. So if you guys have never joined us before, or have never clicked this link before, please click it, and then we can see your awesome face and name to know who's commenting and everything. So please do that. And also, if you're saying, hey, I never would know when these lives are happening, and I would really like to know. I'd like to get an alert when you're going live so that I remember and can hop on. There is a link for you to click on, and we will send you a reminder when we're going live. There's also these awesome weekly highlight emails that go each week that let you know of the upcoming lives, give you some of the past lives, give you some free stuff, like our special guest amazing workbook. It was the last time people could grab that for free on Wednesday. So people grab that on Wednesday. So yeah, we got a bunch of really cool stuff for you, so make sure you do that. But yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and have our other guests on here. So yes, we have the amazing John Lucero joining us, Agency Elevated. I'll let him do a little introduction in just a second, and then we also have one of my partners, Renee, joining us, who it's always a good time when we get him on a live, and so we look forward to having a fun time today. So thanks for being here, guys. Renee, say hi real quick, and we'll get John to do a little intro.
Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. I just want to give a shout out to my better half, Cynthia. Today is her birthday, January the 10th. Honey, I love you if you're watching.
Happy birthday, Cynthia!
It is her birthday. Yes.
You gotta get her a tiara. Yeah.
Looking forward to hanging out, having dinner with the family tonight. So happy birthday again, honey. Love you.
Awesome. And John, please, I know people within the group definitely know who you are, but we get new people all the time. We get people in the past, everything. Can you give us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and kind of your background in the industry and how you're helping agents, really kill it and make a difference in their businesses?
Most definitely. Thank you again for having me, David. And I don't know how I go after Renee. I mean, he starts off with a birthday wish and a kiss, so I don't know how I can surpass that. But I don't have any birthday wishes, but I will wish his wife a happy birthday as well. So as always, I love being on here with you guys and being able to share. Again, name is John Lucero. Agency Elevated is the business I represent. I also have been with Farmers Insurance for about 18 years in recruiting, training, and developing agents there. And then I also launched Agency Elevated as a coaching and training platform to really help insurance agents of every type of carrier, every type of line of business, to help them find success in their agencies and really go from a mindset of being just simply an agent to a true agency business owner. From years of being in the industry, I just felt like there's a lot of people that are struggling in this business and don't really have a mentor or a coach or a guide to turn to. I look back at the years I've been in the business and the people I've had to reach out to, and outside of the main company that I work with, there's not a lot of models out there that have a true mentor coaching platform, and that's why Agency Elevated was launched. I built the platform with my wife, who is a certified life coach, and so she's helped me put a lot of that training together along all aspects of not just the insurance side, but the psychology of sales, building a business, understanding business, and just having a different perspective, because it's not always just about buying leads. You got to really understand a business model behind building your agency, and really having a place to lean on for support and years of experience behind it. So I know it's kind of a quick overview, but that's what I'm all about. I'm super excited to do anything to give back to the industry that's given me so much over 18 years of my life now. And so I've only known insurance really most of my working career. So it's a place that I know I will retire from and be excited with. So to be able to give back is pretty exciting for me as well.
Awesome, and we are so excited to have you here and to speaking with you today. I know Marianne has let us know that she considers his, and she's just started P&C in Missouri and Kansas, independent agent. Marianne, John is one of the guys to talk to if you're in P&C, just starting in it. He's built, huge agencies in P&C, so much experience, advises, consults on a bunch of agency owners. He's really got some good stuff here, and he's actually, we'll be talking about it later, but he's actually put everything together with his different knowledge on how to be successful in building your insurance business and agency, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But thanks for joining us. We're glad to have you here. And I think Muhammad was saying, he was saying, what's up, King, or ever. Yeah, King of bringing you awesome insurance resources like John Lucero. So, that's what we're going for. And so thanks everybody for joining us. Please put your questions in the comments and I'll bring them up, and John or ourselves will answer them and make sure you guys really get the answers that you're looking for. And so we're really excited. So John, can you tell us a little bit about Agency Elevated, what kind of mission and goal is with that, and what you're really helping agents and agency owners to learn with their businesses through that?
Sure. We kind of have a mantra within the model, and we just say it's going from an old school insurance agent to a modern day badass agency owner. And so, that's kind of the mantra we have. But what does that really mean, right? We talk about how much times have changed. The industry has changed. I mean, I know there's people out there listening right now that have been in the industry even longer than I have, but I can think about how much has changed in the past 18 years, almost 2 decades. And if you're not evolving and changing with the industry, you're going to be left behind. So there's so many changes along digital enhancements, innovation, technology, sales. And so what I found in looking at why Agency Elevated really came to fruition is that the model had changed, but people didn't know where to look for to get support, to get guidance, to say, okay, I want to change, I want to stay in this industry, but I don't know where to go to, I don't know where to lean on. And there wasn't a lot of support systems out there. And coaches and trainers to really help you. Everybody out there will give you leads or show you where to get leads, but to really understand the process behind having a business mindset, understanding how leads should work, understanding return on investment, conversion ratios, all the aspects to really be successful. What I found, there was nothing out there. So I sought out to really kind of create that platform to give people that are new to the industry, or even people that have been in a number of years, a way to just help them innovate and change and get them to really become a modern day badass agency owner. It's kind of the model that we live with. So hopefully I answered it for you, David.
So what do you think a modern day badass agency owner or agent looks like? What are some key characteristics or things they know how to do that makes them a badass insurance agent?
Right. I think number one, look at the platform we're sitting on right now. This type of platform didn't exist a few years ago, where you could be live on a social media platform communicating with the masses. We could literally communicate with 10,000 people plus that you have in this group right now through technology. So a modern day badass agency owner today understands the power of technology, the use of social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, as ways to communicate with your audience. So the days of cold calling, although it still works, and I know many people still do that, has been changed, and now you can do it through social media. So it's understanding, how do you use social media in your agency today? How do you use video marketing, which is what I just heard just recently this week is going to be the #1 source of communication on social media by 2022 will be 99.9% video. And so if you're not using video in your insurance industry, you're already behind the times. So it's about understanding how to do that. But even more than that, truly a modern day badass business owner is somebody that has a structure, a vision, and a plan for what they're doing. No longer can you just say, I'm going to sell insurance and make it. You have to have a plan and a vision to where you're going, because things are changing so rapidly and the competition is so fierce that I see the people that don't have a plan are usually very stagnant, and worst case, they're not here a year or 2 years from now. So it's about having a plan, understanding technology, social media, all the things that are changing in our world, but making it part of your insurance practice today.
So, Renee, what do you think is about kind of the importance of planning and knowing where you're going and kind of setting time aside to do that? Okay, never mind. John, how about you answer that?
He didn't like your question, David. So
I guess Renee was like, "Peace out. I'm done with you guys."
Yeah, so. that was like perfect timing. As soon as you asked the question, he just automatically disappeared. So,
man, you didn't like being called out. It would being like, "Hey, Renee, what do you think?" No, never mind, guys. I'm gone. Okay, he's back. So let's try this again here.
Hey guys,
back, Renee.
Yeah, for some reason, I see you guys, your lips moving, but my audio just stopped. Not sure why.
We just figured you didn't like our question.
Yeah, I figured you were like done with you guys. Peace out. So,
what was the question?
The question was, what are your thoughts and opinions on the planning, setting goals, taking time aside for that? Did you do that yourself personally, and then did we do that ourselves for our own business, for this year?
Yeah, so I would tell you that the first business that my wife and I purchased, that was our biggest issue, was we had no plan. So it wasn't until we actually physically hired a coach, mentor to walk us through our business. And the first thing he asked was, let me see your plan for, in this case, it was 2007. And we threw our hands up. We don't have a plan. So that was the first thing he did. He walked us through. Yeah, it took a couple weeks, but at the end of that, we had a really comprehensive plan, which was an actionable plan to get us through, that year. And we did the same thing for 2008, 2009, and until we sold the business. And we did it again with the next business that we purchased. And that's what, as you know, David, what we've done, the last quarter of 2019 was sit down, all four of us, and really, come up with an actionable plan that, we could, take forward in 2020 so we can meet our goals by the end of the year. So I would say it's definitely, number one in our book.
Absolutely. And, John, how often do you see, agents come into this industry, brand new agents, they're excited. Someone told them 6 figures your first year, no problems, easy to do with your eyes closed, and, coming in, sold on this dream. And they really don't know what they're doing. Maybe they don't even have sales experience before. They're just coming into this industry told that, it's this amazing industry, which it is, but, they just don't really know where to go, what to do, where to learn, marketing, leads, sales, really all the, basics. Even if they come in captive and have some resources, they still don't really know what they're doing or how to go about it. And, this is brand new to them. And then on the flip side, how often do you see, people that maybe, they know what they're doing kind of as an agent a bit, but then they're moving into having agents underneath them and to building an agency, and they have no clue on all the differences there and what that really entails with having a team, training a team, hiring people, getting people to come in and really like building and scaling something as opposed to just personal production, which maybe they know how to do. I mean, how often do you see people in both situations? They're just like, I don't know what's going on. I guess I got to figure it out or else I'm going to be in trouble.
Well, so along those lines, the reality is I see it way more than I think we should see it. And it's really, really supremely prevalent in our industry. It's probably across other industries as well. I mean, I can't speak about other industries because I haven't spent 2 decades there. But even, I tell people in this industry, I see a lot of great salespeople, but I see very, very few truly business-minded owner type mindsets. And I've really found that you have to have that because the industry is kind of modeled itself to be able to say, there's great commission structures out there. We have the best products. We have the best commission lines. We have the best down lines, all the different things you can hear out there. Well, I don't care if you're making 200% commissions. if you don't have a plan or know how you're going to get there, it doesn't really matter what your revenue stream is.
That's right.
And so there's many people that are, come into this business and have no insurance experience and are completely lost because they have no insurance experience, but they, again, don't even have a plan. They really don't have a realistic expectation of what they anticipate they can earn in their first year, what the work is going to take to get there. And then you have people that even have experience that have been in the industry for a number of years, and they've maybe had some success. They've done some well in sales, but they can't really ramp up. They don't know how to take it to the next level because we all are given the same amount of time in every single day. You and me, Renee, we all have the same amount of time every day. Nothing can change that. So the only way we can actually grow is finding how to duplicate ourselves and be able to get to that next level. So you have to go from just being a salesperson to being a manager or an owner if you want to get to a higher level, because there's only a certain amount of time that you have in every day. So even the experienced people need to learn how to duplicate their processes. But I would say across the board, experience, no experience, there is a major lack of people really sitting down and having a systematic plan with realistic expectations. I pride myself on the people I work with. I give people realistic expectations. If you come to me and you have no experience and you want to make 6 figures your first year, it's doable. But I also will tell you the average person is not going to get there. But you have to have realistic expectations so that you can have a long-term play in this industry, because it's not a short-term play. There's too much time invested, too much learning to make it a short-term play. You have to have a long-term investment and a long-term plan to be long-term successful.
And so, and with that, I mean, what do you think, maybe personal thoughts and stuff on that of agents that are maybe coming into this part-time or maybe trying to kind of ease into this industry? Maybe they have another job, they're kind of moving into it part-time and kind of easing in the waters and different stuff. Is that, what's your opinion on that? Is it, kind of go, you got to go into it fully? Can you come kind of part and then into full? Where do you kind of stand on that?
So I've actually gone back and forth on that. When I started the industry, that was an option for me. I could have started on a part-time basis, and I chose not to. I chose to come in full force with no experience, so long ago back it was, but that's the route I went through. In hindsight, now that I look back, it might have been nice if I'd have had some time to transition, maybe not so much to learn the business side of it, because that was something I think I had to be involved in it full time to do that, but to get the product knowledge, to understand the products, understand the sales cycle time, how long it takes to go from prospect to proposal to presentation to sale, to understand that timeline. And if I learned that, and if I could do that on a part-time basis while I still had some kind of income coming in, that might have made a better, smooth transition. The flip side of that is, though, David, a lot of people, unless you really you feel the stress of whatever you're doing, you're never really committed. So it's kind of a fine line. I tell people, if you're just testing the waters, you may never get the full impact, but there is some certain things you can learn on a part-time basis until you transition. But I know for me, once I jumped in full force, it was either sink or swim. I wasn't going to look back. This was the only route I went through. And I share this story with some people. I remember, clear as day. I had a 1-year-old daughter when I started. My wife was a stay-at-home mom, which she has been for about 14 years now, and now getting her own career. But when he started, I had a 1-year-old daughter, and my first commission check for the entire month was $300. And I didn't know what the heck I was going to do. But I knew that the industry, and because of the residual factor that could be built into it, that I'd be okay. But that was a hard pill to swallow, but I was 100% into it. So there's both sides of the coin. So I know there's people in this group that are maybe doing it on a part-time basis or maybe aren't agency owners yet and are getting the skill set. So I think both can work, but there does come a time when you've got to make a decision. Are you all in, or are you just testing the waters? And there's nothing wrong with either answer, but you got to be able to answer that question for yourself.
Absolutely. And so, we can see that with Alicia saying that you've had to figure this out himself, that didn't know what he was doing. Came in and really had to, what do I do? How do I make this work? How do I really take off? It isn't something that you just pop into and then your first month you're getting a giant check, like you said, $300. You're kind of like, oh man, what am I getting into? How am I going to make this work? How am I going to pay bills? How am I going to really, get rolling and really scale this up? And, for a lot of agents, just even, working their first leads, or even where do I even find or get quality leads, is a huge struggle, especially if they just don't have a good upline and good guidance, which is a huge problem in the industry that a lot of people lack. So finding good people like yourself that can advise and kind of take them through everything is awesome. And I think Leslie was saying that, she's overwhelmed, was new to the field, focusing on Medicare, not sure how to offer other lines of life and health insurance. And, I think that's not a singular, case. I think that happens a lot with a lot of agents is I come in, I get licensed, and I don't know what to do after that. And I think that's really says a lot about people's kind of uplines of mentorship and guidance. It's that important. Like, you can't just have a contract, maybe even a good lead source, and then call it a day. You really got to know everything. You got to know, especially becoming an independent, and it really is like completely on you for your own company, your own side. It's like, you got to know the hiring, you got to know where to get the leads, you got to know the marketing, you got to know how to the books, the team, the do you have an office space? Are you doing telesales? Are you doing face to face? You got to figure out all that stuff. What software are you using? And so that's why it's really that important. I mean, how important would you say, both in your own career, maybe we start with that. In your own career, how important was it to you with having a good upline or mentorship and someone to kind of guide you where to go? Or did you have to figure it out yourself when you were going through it?
So there's two sides. I mean, I've been in a captive model most of my career, and so there was a great system built into what I did. But at the same time, it was ultimately I had to make the decision on what was best for me and for my family and what my targets were. But I learned very early on in the process, because of the structure I came from, I was the only income in my household. There was no other income coming in, so I very quickly had to have a plan to know, okay, how much time is it going to take me to get to the income I need to meet my needs? And so I had to devise a plan very quickly. But I took it upon myself to not only use the guidance that I had within the companies I represented, but I found people that were successful, and I tried to mirror what they were doing. And because I knew I was smart enough to know I didn't know all the answers, but there's people out there that have done it before me and have done better than I was doing at that time. And so now, fast forward almost 2 decades later, I'm in a position where I can actually share my experience to help somebody to maybe make their transition not as difficult as mine was to start from. But I think you've got to seek that guidance. It's crucial, and especially, I mean, because it's not an easy industry. I mean, there's a lot of different things you could do out there. It's an amazing industry. I love this industry, but it's not easy. And if you don't have a realistic expectation of what you can achieve, you're going to be let down. And it's nothing against uplines or recruiters in this industry. They're doing their job. But sometimes what they promise you is not really realistic, is the easiest way to say it. I pride myself on trying to be as realistic with people that I talk to help them understand what the expectation could be. You can always do better. But I always tell people that if you look at it and say, what's the worst that you're going to do? And plan from there. And then if you do better, you'll be happy. But there's not really an expectation that people have. They just get in the business. They think it's going to be easy because that's what they've been told by their upline or their recruiter or whoever brought them in. And then they're here and they're like, okay, this is harder than I thought, and I don't really have a plan. And so that's kind of how I look at it, David, is that, you've got to look for guidance. And that's really kind of how I built this platform, as just a resource. We put a lot of free things together just to help people out, and just some other tools that we have to help you kind of bridge the gap between the unknown and having a plan to where you want to get to.
Absolutely. The keyword plan. You gotta have that plan. And but I think that's also difficult for agents that are newer, or also newer to being an agency owner, is how do I even set that plan? What's included within that plan? What areas am I looking at? Am I looking at trying to set a plan for a certain AP, a plan for a certain amount of leads to work, a plan, a certain amount of people to hire, a plan for, a lot of things. Like, I think even that can be overwhelming and a lot for agents to sit down and be like, I don't even know how to plan this stuff. So I think having some guidance and some knowledge of how to even do the planning process correctly and take them through that to set up their goals and how they're going to get there is a huge thing in of itself. And there's incredible value in that. So, John, can you tell us a little bit about your course, and who is it really for, and what is kind of the goal of what you're helping them with, and what they'll have learned by going through it? Because I think that a lot of these issues are covered and answered within this course, and your kind of wealth of knowledge that you've put into this through seeing so many different agents come in this industry, and agency owners build up agencies as well in this.
So along those lines, David, so what the whole entire process of the Agency Elevated course was built for And it's very systematic. We built it in a way that it kind of progresses in a direction that I think the course needs to go into. But kind of back to what we were just talking about having a plan, not knowing where to start, we start from what's going to be the most important. And what I say the most important is you need to get crystal clear about your why. Why did you decide to get licensed and get into this industry to begin with? Really sit down and evaluate that, because when times get tough, the why of why you're doing this business or why you got into it is what's going to carry you through that. I mean, everybody's why is a little bit different. Why you want to have a better life for your family, why you want to have a new home, you want to have new cars, whatever it could be. You want to have the freedom of not having an employer that could downsize you. Everybody's why is different. But that's where we start in the course. We help you get very crystal clear about your why and the vision. Really, I tell people it's about your chance to dream again, to dream about where you could possibly go in this business and have some fun, get creative. Where do I see this thing going? What do I want this to accomplish for my lifetime? And so we start with your why and then really painting the picture of your vision. And then from there, you kind of work through and say, okay, what are the strengths of you personally? What's the strengths of your team if you currently have a team, or what does your future team look like in building that? So the foundational principles in the first part of this course is all about having a vision of where you want to go, where you're currently at, and really the deeper why of why you're doing this. Now, once you get to that point, then it's important to understand, okay, now I know where I'm at. Now I know where I want to go. Now I know why I'm in this industry and why I chose to do this. How am I going to get there? So the next component is all about understanding marketing. And I would tell you from the past students who have gone through this has probably been the most eye-opening section of the course that they've told me, is that most of them said they never really understood marketing. To understand what is the difference between active marketing and passive marketing. Unfortunately, and I'll talk about this a little bit with you, David, I'm sure we'll talk about this. A lot of agents in the insurance industry get stuck in passive marketing endeavors, and there's nothing wrong with that per se, but there's a big difference between active and passive marketing, and we talk a lot about that in the course to help you understand the differences. The key is, I'll tell you, hint, you have to have active marketing to be successful. We help you understand measuring your return on investment, conversion ratios, understanding, okay, how many leads I get, what's a good conversion ratio, what are my conversion ratios, which is ultimately the most important thing. It doesn't matter your conversion ratio. What matters is knowing what yours is. And it's shocking to me, David, how many people have gone through this course or that I've worked with over the past 2 decades that didn't even know what a conversion ratio was and didn't know if their leads were good or bad because they weren't even knowing how to track it. So we teach them how to do that, how to understand all aspects of marketing. We even give them direct access to different marketing vendors that I've already kind of vetted and went through the process. Some of the stuff you do through this group is in there. Some of the other partners in this group are in there to take advantage of marketing sources. Then we start talking about staff development and building a team. Excuse me, real quick.
Yeah, Alicio is saying that has found that active marketing is absolutely the key, and nurses will rock in this business. Interesting. Alicia, I'd love to know your thoughts behind on nurses rocking it in the business. But yeah, no, I think, John, you're absolutely right. Renee was asking, does the course offer a plan, and where does it fall in the outline as far as kind of helping them, get a plan together and really, that's kind of the basis and foundation before they kind of really go anywhere, right?
Yeah, for sure. So the way that we built out this course, and I'm super excited to really just land it on your platform here, David, was the best thing we ever did. And so it's all online, on demand, but it's not just material. You're not just going to sit there and listen to me speak, go through material. We've built out every single aspect of it is downloadable. There's fillable documents, and it's step-by-step in the process. If you go through and define your vision, there's a vision document to write that vision out. When you write out where your targets and your goals are, there'll be a document that you download. You can do that as well. So you're actually going through an actionable course. And by the end of this course, you'll have the ability to have a full actionable plan that you can measure your results against. And the greatest thing about it, since it's online, on demand, you have access whenever you want to get in there, go back through the material, download it, whatever you need to. Once you get access to it, you'll have complete access to go through there. And so kind of back to what I was talking about around the plan side of it, we go through the marketing component. That's a big section. And then we start jumping into how to develop teams. You may have a team already, and that's the way you're going to ramp up, or in the future, you want to have a team. Well, in this industry, nobody's really training you how to interview people, how to hire people, how to do a job posting, what questions you ask. We've built everything in this course so easy that you can cut and paste a job posting, put it directly on a site, and it's already pre-designed for you. So that's there for you. How do you compensate people? How do you have a performance-based compensation model? If you're in the insurance industry in any capacity, you're a performance-based person, right? The better you perform, the better your commissions are. Well, I teach people how to get their team members to also be performance-based in their compensation. And we give you some models of how to do that. And so what we've done is taken all the years of experience I have and said, okay, here's a turnkey model to help you not only build a plan, your marketing ideas, understand marketing, but now you're going to start developing, how do I develop a team? How do I compensate them? How do I interview them? All that type of the process there. And then the final piece of that entire course is, okay, the accountability piece. How do I keep myself accountable? How do I keep my team members accountable? And how do I measure my results against the plan? The one key I'll tell you, David and Renee and everybody that's out there watching, is that a plan is fluid. It's always changing. Just because you have a plan doesn't mean it can't change. The plan is fluid, meaning that once you develop it, you want to compare your results versus your plan and make modifications. If you had that and you had an actionable plan like that, the results that you could experience would be tremendous. But most people only have a plan. And then the ones that do have a plan, they think that they can't change their plan. You modify your plan based on results, but at least you know your long-term targets are being measured. And I assure you, when you measure something, it gets accomplished. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. Actually, I want to play this video real quick. Actually, let me first play this video, awesome video you made about a little bit about the course. I really want to play that one, and then I want to play a video of someone that's taken your course and their thoughts on it. But let me go ahead and see about sharing this and see how that works. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and I think this should work just fine. A couple people telling me that didn't have sound, so let me. I'm not sure why that wouldn't have sound. So thanks for letting us know, guys. The video obviously makes more sense with sound. So let me try this again, keeping our sound on, and see if that will work. So hey guys, let me know if it has got sound this time, and we shall see. So.
Are you an insurance agent that's stuck, frustrated, pissed off? Know there's something more in your agency? You don't figure out what that is. You've been in the industry maybe a long amount of time, or maybe you're brand new to the insurance industry. And a lot of days you're just an insurance agent selling insurance products, but you really want to be an agency business owner, what I call a modern day badass agency business owner, but you don't know where to turn. Everything's changing so fast, technology, digital enhancements, and you don't know how to keep up with it. Everywhere you turn, somebody's offering the new best leads, the new best marketing system, but you don't even have a vision or a plan for what you're going to do within your business. You're disconnected from your family, disconnected from your wife or your husband or your kids, and your agency is taking up all of your time. You're tied to your agency. It's become a part of who you are instead of you just being a small part of that business. But you long to be something more than that, to truly be an agency business owner. Well, my name is John Lucero. I am the CEO and co-founder of Agency Elevated, the insurance agents platform that elevates your insurance agency to go from being that old school insurance agent to a modern day badass agency business owner. I've been in this industry for 17 plus years. I was an agency business owner. I built an agency from scratch, and I've spent the past 13 years with a major national brand, recruiting, training, coaching, and building insurance agents. And what I found in all those years is that insurance agents feel alone. They feel struggles. They don't know where to turn, but nobody's out there to really help them develop a plan, to have a vision, and to truly answer the question of their why. Why are you here in this industry? What brought you into it? What is your true calling of why you wanted to be an insurance agency owner? And you must answer those questions. What does their teams look like? How do they develop their teams? How do they get with the times? How do they understand social media, digital enhancements, technology advances? When the industry is changing so rapidly, but the insurance agent themselves is struggling to keep up or struggling to get ahead of the curve because technology and competitors are pushing them down. The platform Agency Elevated is here to help you do that, because my passion in my heart is to help insurance agents be successful. I've seen almost a 60% fail rate in the first year for the average insurance agent. And so my passion is to see more insurance agents be successful. You know there's something more for you, something that you were called to be that is more than just an insurance agent that's selling insurance products, but to truly be an agency business owner, a modern day badass agency business owner. And that's what the platform of Agency Elevated is all about. Having a place for you to turn so that you can get coaching, training, development, and mentorship. So you're no longer stuck. So you're not feeling alone anymore. I remember those days, extremely alone, so disconnected from my wife, so disconnected from my kids, extremely overweight. All that I could think about was my agency. It was controlling me because the agency was dictating all of my time. I was a part of the agency instead of the way it truly should be, that the agency is just a small part of who I am. And so I had to build a better structure. And I knew that there had to be a way to have balance in my life. And I'm here to tell you that can happen for every single one of you when you have a guide and a coach to help train you through the process. I understand where you're at. If you're listening to this message right now, there's a reason. There's a reason that you're here. This message is for you because you are stuck. You're frustrated. You know there's more, but you haven't known where to turn. Well, Agency Elevated is that platform for you to get unstuck, to build your agency. Agency Elevated is speaking to your heart, just like it spoke to my heart in the way I launched this business, to coach insurance agents. So again, welcome to Agency Elevated. John Lucero here. I am the CEO and the co-founder of Agency Elevated, where we are elevating insurance agents to higher level of success, going from an old school insurance agent to a modern day badass agency business owner. And for that person, you who's ready to get unstuck, ready to find a new path, to see if there's more that this business can offer you, I'm here for you. Welcome to Agency Elevated.
Well, I'm fired up. Some really, really good scenery background in some of the I like the kind of glass staircase to nowhere there. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I bet that was fun shooting that video too.
It was fun. It was a lot of work. I've decided I'm going to stick to insurance and not acting or movies. I think that's I have a lot of respect for what those guys do after trying to put something like that together.
I don't know. I'd like to see you in the next, maybe next John Wick movie. You're going to hop in there and join them. So
well, I was reading through the comments a minute ago. Somebody said I sound like Vince Vaughn and I have a good voice. So maybe there's something in acting for me. I don't know.
Hey, Vince Vaughn can make it, right? So yeah, maybe the comedies are up there. But But yeah, no, and guys, for you guys wanting to hear from, I'm gonna give you an example of an agent that's done this course with John before. I know we got some more in the group too, like Kelly Spees, others that speak super highly of this and how it's affected them in their business. But I got one here that I wanted to play for you guys real quick too, so I'm gonna do that.
Hi, my name is Cynthia Pedone, and I started the Agency Elevated course back in September of 2018 with John Lucero. And I'm making this quick video. Yes, I'm in my car, just to share with you guys the value that I got out of being in the course. A little background about me. I have been doing life insurance sales since 2012 is when I got in the industry. And I was spoiled in the way that when I first got in the industry, I was working with a company who would basically send me out to work with police and fire department, police officers, and enroll them into a supplemental permanent plan. So I was doing a lot of deals, and then from there, I went into the multi-level marketing type of companies. As you know, I'm not going to name them, but it was a couple different well-known companies, and I never knew how to get my own clients outside of recruiting someone and getting into the warm market. So what Agency Elevated course allowed me to do, I was able to learn from John Lucero, who has been in the industry decades and has helped build insurance agencies. So when I saw the value of just him and him leading the course and having access to him, I said, okay, you know what? This is worth the investment for sure. And basically, I learned about client acquisition, how to be able, the different types of marketing platforms that there are, how to use a different marketing. I learned about return on investment when it comes to buying leads and the different type of leads to buy to grow my own independent practice. And what I got out of the course itself, the most valuable thing, I think, other than what I just mentioned, is having access to John Lucero. And he has been such a godsend in the fact that he has been responsive to me. Anytime I had a question about anything that dealt with my own agency and what to do as far as hiring, how much to pay the CSR person, right? How to recruit a PNC agency, things like that. He was so responsive, and the coaching is worth the investment just on its own. So I want to share that with you guys. If you guys are on the fence about joining the program, it's definitely worth it. Okay? Bye for now.
Well, I'd say it's pretty good testimony. So, some awesome experience with the course. And I want to talk about your course a little bit more in just a second. And I think from our side, we're going to throw in a whole bunch of extra bonuses for those that are really willing to take action and invest in their business for taking this course, because we really want you guys at the end of the day to be successful. And we know this course is going to have a huge impact on you and your business and being successful in your agency. And so I got some extra bonuses I want to throw in too to help even more. So we'll do that in just a minute. But John, since we are talking about 2020, agents being successful in both their production and their agencies as well, can you give us a few of what you think, some top tips for 2020 would be, maybe some thoughts on trends in the industry, and really anything for agents to consider kind of for being successful this year and really killing it?
Utilize video. That's probably my number one. I'm seeing a lot of great results of that. Utilize video in some capacity within your agency. I don't care if it's videos on social media. I don't care if it's a video email platform, a video on Instagram, YouTube. Video has become a very great way to communicate, but it's not used very much in our industry yet. So if you can get video in your agency in 2020, you'll be ahead of the curve. And I see the trend. It's going to continue to grow like it is everywhere else. But it's a great way to communicate your messages. You can do screen shares, you can share products, you can do presentations. Utilize video. That's number one, I would tell you for sure. Get video in there. You must, in today's world, have a social media presence. People are looking at you on social media, even though they may come to you and buy from another location. They are checking you out on social media. They want to see your personality. They want to know who you are. Have a presence on social media. There is some phenomenal people within this group that do some phenomenal things on organic social media things. Get a presence on social media if you're not there. that is going to be so crucial in 2020 and beyond, because that's just the way that the economy is going, the marketplace is going for insurance. And then I think that probably number 3, if I had to say top 3 things, value your clients. The client appreciation is the most important thing. If you have 1 client or you have 1,000 clients, what are you doing for client appreciation? How are you recognizing them? How are you doing annual reviews with them? How are you nurturing that relationships? Not only for additional product lines, but also for the referral potential. I have so many agency owners that I've worked with that say, it's slow right now. What's the best marketing on there? And I always tell them, what are you doing with your current client base to nurture that relationship, build those relationships, and to get more referrals, get more products within those households? That's crucial. So top 3 things: utilize video, social media presence, and client appreciation, working your client base, getting referrals, doing that nature. And again, it all wraps up. It's all about having a plan. You have to have a plan around those areas, but on a plan of where do you want to be? And I tell this to people that just had a post about this earlier this week. If you don't have a plan already for the year, you're already 10 days into the year. You're already doing your plans based on a 50-week year instead of a 52-week year. And every day and week you take to get your plan in place is that many less amount of time, days, weeks, months you have to accomplish your goals. So get your plan in place as soon as possible.
Once again, guys, comes down, have a plan. And so, and Jons Course massively is going to help with that, massively going to help with you getting that plan set and going through that. It's got, worksheets, the guidance, John's, ads for recruiting agents and everything they're hiring and how to really be successful, especially on the marketing side stuff too. We know that's a huge concern for agents. Agents always have questions about that. Where do I go for leads? What kind of software do I use? Who do I work with? All that sort of stuff. And John's giving you his insights, background on that as well from someone who's very experienced in the agent in the insurance world. And so we're really excited about that. We really believe this is a super kick-ass course for making you a badass insurance agent and agency owner, like John says. And so with that, you can grab the course here, and I'm gonna throw in some bonuses here. If you get this course and take action, invest in your business today to be successful in 2020 and get this course, only for today. If you're catching the replay and it's over the weekend, I might still give you this too, but really, if you want it for sure today, we're going to throw in 6 free months of our insurance marketing toolkit. So you're going to get tons of social media stuff and everything that you can use for your business in there, some tutorials on some different stuff, as well as some already done for you Facebook ads and how to set those up and a whole bunch of different stuff there. But we add new social media stuff for that every week. So get 6 months free of that. And then we're also going to give you a free custom insurance landing page for you guys for a year that we're going to go ahead and throw in there as well for anybody that grabs that today. And then I write something. Oh yeah, and I'll throw in a free 30-minute consulting call with myself. Maybe John will also hop on a call with you. I don't know, but I will definitely have a consulting call with you guys as well on really helping connect you with any resources and tools you need for your business as well, and really talking to you about that. So you get all of that if you purchase and take action on this course today for your business to be successful in 2020. And you will get massive value out of this, and it'll be a game changer for you guys. I promise. It's going to be awesome. And I know John's amazing and awesome. I've seen everything in this course. L's seen it all, putting it all together, and it's absolutely insanely awesome. And you guys can talk to Cynthia, you can talk to Kelly Spees. There's a lot of agents that have been through this and been trained by John, and they have nothing but amazing things to say about him. So that's a testament to really you and how you teach them and how you really help them think differently about the industry and their business, as opposed to I just need to get out and sell some policies. And at the end of the day, it's a little more than that. So
yeah, for sure. Well, David, and we didn't even talk about it. So I think we probably should hit on this real quickly. We didn't even talk about how inexpensive this course is. And you and I have talked about this. It probably should be $9.99, $14.99, something like that. And I'm willing to, as well, for anybody that signs up today, how about the first 2 people that sign up, I'll give them an hour coaching call with me over the phone. I'll do a Zoom call with them on anything that's really impacting their business that I can help with for the first 2 that sign up today as well. But why don't you tell them how affordable this course is? I know that you've been pushing me to increase the price, and we will at some point. It's not about that for me right now. It's more about getting as many people help as possible. because it probably should be over $1,000 for this course. But how much is the course? That way they know if they want to get signed up today, how affordable it is and what they get.
Well, I mean, it's insanely affordable. I think you're absolutely right that I don't think the price is definitely not going to stay here for too long. But for you guys that hop on and really take advantage, you guys can really get it, and even more affordably, and you guys will get even more value that way, especially with some extra bonuses thrown in too. But I believe it's 147 or 149.
149, I think, is what we decided on.
149, yeah, it's 149, guys. Honestly, this is going to help you. Even less than a sale is going to pay for this, easily. But really, it's even more than that. A lot of people are going to think in terms of sales and leads and all that. But even this is going to have such a bigger effect on your business beyond even that. When you have a plan and know where you're going and your goals and how to get there, even beyond just what to do with a lead and how to sell a lead, that's going to have a significant impact in your business, not only today, this week, next month, this year, but over your career. And so as you're really building up an asset and really building up a business, these principles and what he's teaching and what he's going through and he's giving you things to use in your business as well. It's not just a video that you sit through and like, oh, I learned some things. You're getting the documents, you're getting a lot of insights, and you're getting a lot of different stuff from all his wealth of knowledge in this industry and how to be successful in it. And it's really incredible. So John, can you tell us a little bit of what all is in this course and what all you've put into it?
Yeah, so I think when we built it out, and we've modified it now, but at first launch, David, it was a 5-week course, and it was a tremendous amount of video content. And so what we did is to make it more timely for everybody, we condensed the material. We didn't cut any of the material out. We condensed the material. You're probably about 4 hours total time invested throughout the course to go through all of it. You can stop at any point. You can go back. You can rewind. It's video content. And so there's everything you need in there. Everything is downloadable. You'll go through a segment. It'll tell you what to download. It'll tell you what to do. So you're not going to get lost at any point within the course. You could fly through all of it in a half a day. I wouldn't recommend that. But if you wanted to have a true plan out of this process, if you devoted an entire weekend to go through the material, work on the process, you could have a solid plan by the time the weekend's over pretty easily. And for those of you that don't have a plan for the year, that's what I would recommend. Get into it, get it done throughout the weekend. But the other great benefit is that you have all of those resources that are at your fingertips to download. You can access them, you can fill them out, you have them so that you have an actual plan that you can touch, you can feel, that belongs to you. And it covers everything. Like I said, across the lines from why are you here, getting clear about your why, your vision plan, your personal profile, your mission statement, your marketing plan, understanding marketing, your team plan, how to develop an office location if you're working from home or getting a site, your accountability, weekly meetings with yourself, with your team, every aspect of getting the business up and running with a systematic plan, and then the accountability features you'll need to make sure you stay on path for that plan or make the modifications you need as you're working through it. So it's a lot of great information. It's like David said, it's years of experience compiled into one source, easy to access on your demand, whenever you want to get to it, late at night, early in the morning, and get through all the materials.
Absolutely. You guys can go through it on your own pace. You can take, go through this in a day, really to execute on it. It's going to be a lot more than a day, but, you can go through the material a day over a series of days, weekends, and really, take your time to go through and really implement this. And that's the thing with any course and any knowledge transfer, any materials and things you're giving and stuff, it all comes down to taking action and implementing what you've learned. It doesn't do, a lot of people are, I won't say knowledge hogs, but a lot of people just want to gain lots of knowledge, but actually implementing the knowledge is where the return is, and where the difference is taking action. And you can learn things and not take any action. Well, this course isn't going to help you then if you're not going to take any action and implement anything. But if you're really looking to learn and really implement things that are going to make a huge difference in your business, that's what this is going to do. It's going to give you that, and then you can implement it and really make massive change. And so that's who this is for. So really any course and thing is for, is people that are actually going to implement and take it to heart and implement what they learned. So yeah, it's a ton of value. Kelly Spees actually is watching this right now. I actually gave her the link. I'm not sure if she's able to hop on and join us for a sec, but yeah, she's absolutely loves what she's learned from this and implementing it in her own business and everything. And Elle was asking, how much time does it take to create a solid plan? Would you say it's something you can tackle in a day if you're 100% focused on it, or is it, take longer than that?
Well, every person's a little bit different, Elle. I think you could do it in a day. I don't know that I would recommend a day. I look at it this way. If you're planning your future for this year and for the next 2 to 5 years, and that's kind of how I build out visions, do you want to plan your next 2 to 5 years out in one day? Probably not. You could, and if you're committed to it, you probably could, but realistically over a couple of days. And usually what I tell people, go through a section of the content. We've broken it out in sections. Go through a section of content and then stop. And then go through that material that comes along with that section of content, work through it, put your thought into it, take a step away from the video content and actually do the work, and then go into the next segment. But you could probably do it over a weekend's time easily. A day may be too fast, but everybody's a little bit different. And David, you said something just a minute ago, and it made me think about one of our podcasts. And it's a little bit rough, but I believe this is that we tend to have a lot of people that are what I call content whores. All they do is absorb content all the time and never take action. Don't do this with this course. Don't do this with anything. If you're sitting here on this live right now, make sure you walk away from it or take action. Otherwise, you just wasted an hour of your time if all you did was absorb content but didn't take action. That's the same way I feel about the course and what we launched here. If you buy the course but you don't take action on the steps into it, it was a waste of your money, it was a waste of your time. And that's the way I feel about most everything that's out there today. I tell people, look at content until you get revelation and then stop and put that revelation into action. And that's kind of how we built the course, with the idea that once you get some ideas and thoughts, put them into action and then stop and get back into the course when you're ready, when the first components are completed.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, it's all about taking action and making a difference in your business. And that's agency owners, what you guys have to do and what you guys need to do. If you're just learning stuff, not implementing it, makes no difference. So, and this course has got what you need to really make that difference. And so I highly, highly encourage you to grab it. Once again, I'm going to throw in 6 free months of our insurance marketing toolkit, a landing page, free custom landing page for you for a year, as well as a 30-minute consulting call. And happy to chat with you guys and really help find other areas and help in whatever way we can with your business as well. And John is absolutely fantastic, and stand behind this course 100% and know that you guys will get a ton out of it. So highly recommend that. Highly recommend you grab his ebooks, workbooks, and everything as well. Tons of value there. He's got an awesome podcast, awesome YouTube videos, a lot of content that you can go grab. His blog is excellent, and it's all focused. What I really love about it is all focused on actionable advice and actionable things that you can implement in your business. There's not fluff. It's stuff that you can take and go implement. And that's really what you need to do. And so the people that like just reading things that make them feel good, that's not really what it's for. It's for making a difference in your business, which at the end of the day will make you feel good. But yeah, it doesn't make you do any good, make you feel good without taking action, because at the end of the day, really thankful for having John here as part of this community. And it's a wealth of knowledge, guys. Reach out to him, touch base with him, ask him questions. He's got so much knowledge here, and he's always happy to share. And he's got so much good content coming out that has a ton of information for you guys. So really, really thank you for being here, John.
No, as always, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be on here. This group is amazing. I think I was one of the early people to join this group, and to see where it's grown to already and where it's going to go. If you're new to this group, there is a lot of value. Not just with me, there's tons of value. Take advantage of it. What David and Renee and their entire group has put together is phenomenal. This didn't exist 18 years ago when I started the industry. I can only imagine where I'd be at if I had a platform like this that many years back. So take advantage of it. I love being on here. I love being a partner with these guys and working with them, and having an opportunity to talk to you guys. Take advantage of the course. Like I mentioned, the first 2 people that sign up, I will give you an hour coaching call via Zoom on whatever areas you're struggling with. That is a tremendous value in itself. I do coaching, and it's a tremendous value, but to get those free sessions, the first 2 that sign up, I'll make sure you get that on your schedule and mine, and spend some time together personally. So again, thank you, David. Thank you, Renee, for having me.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And Robert Fouds says he's in, is looking to get signed up. Robert, myself or someone from my team will message you real quick with the link. It's in the comments as well that you can check out. It's actually this one here. If you're on mobile, you're going to have to wait till after the live and either copy the link or click the link. So again, it's not clickable on mobile while you're watching. Unfortunately, that's the way Facebook works. I put a word in with Facebook, but I don't think they listen to me. But anyways, we'll make sure to message you the link in Messenger, and that way you'll have it and you can go grab the course. And you'll get all the bonuses that I mentioned. So, and that's for anybody that grabs the course today. So so if you want it, now's the time to grab it, and plus you get all the bonuses. So there's the link for that. And then Kelly, I know you're running to her laptop to try to get on time. No worries, Kelly. We'll get you on at some point. Or actually, John will probably get with you for a video testimonial as well. And that might be the easiest thing to kind of to let people know your experience with it as well. And I think Tiffany Smith is also going to get with you, John, about a testimonial of all the amazing stuff that she got out of the course as well. So really excited about that, and look forward to having a few more amazing testimonials from agents that have gone through it. So guys, this is going to be awesome. Kelly, I'll read Kelly's comment to end it off as well. If you take John's course, I'd like to recommend that you get yourself a big giant pad of paper like John has, so you can work through his process on paper and do your research and be able to see it visually as it lines up with what he's teaching. Excellent advice, Kelly. John, what do you think about that?
Yep, that's spot on. I know what she's talking about. She's talking about my large flip chart that I use in some of that course material. I'm just a visual person. That's the best way to look at things. And I have those posted all over my offices. Kelly, I think that's great advice. I love that Kelly's feedback has been great on the course, and I love seeing what she's doing in the industry as well.
Absolutely. I love my whiteboards. If you see me look up the side ever, it's because I'm staring at my whiteboard and all the things on that or ever. So I think I've actually got 2 here, and I need to add a couple more in the office for sure. So visual is great. And everybody's different learning styles and different ways they consume information and stuff. And that's why it's really important that it's delivered in a lot of different ways. And so John, with this, is delivered through videos, delivered through the worksheets, delivered through all these different items that you can take action on and learn from. And so for whether you're visual, audio, or physical learner, you'll get all of that. So it's awesome. So Steve is saying, doing great. This information sounds good. Just what I need. Steve, if you're considering this at all, I highly encourage you to take action, and I will throw in, like I said, 6 free months of their insurance marketing toolkit, so you can use that for your business as well as a free custom insurance landing page that you can use for ads or as a mini website, and we'll give that to you for a year as well as a 30-minute consulting call with you too. So all that thrown in on top of this course that can make a huge difference in your business. So make sure you go grab that. Guys, I want to respect your time and respect John's time, obviously, as well. I know he's got a lot to do. So thanks, guys, for being here. Like always, we're going to have Facebook Lives on Fridays, 12 p.m. Eastern time. And we're also started doing lives on Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern time. So a little bit later in the workday, and for make it a little easier for people to catch stuff if they're busy during the days. And so we're going to have lots of awesome stuff for you guys. You're going to see a lot more from John, a lot more different stuff. And keep reaching out to us with questions, feedback, what you want to learn, what you want to really implement in your business. If you're looking for anything for your business, reach out to me. I don't have, connection recommendations for everything, but I have it for a lot of things, and a lot of things that I've vetted and found. And I'll tell you if I vetted it and found it and stand behind it 100%, or I'll tell you if I know of something, but I can't personally vet it, or I haven't personally vetted it, but maybe it's something that you can go check out. But either way, come and ask, and I'll make sure to do my best to either connect you or help find some connection for you. So that's what we want to be here for. We want to connect you guys with the resources you need to build your business and to really be successful in this industry. Like John is an insane amount of knowledge in his course. This is the type of stuff that we want to connect you guys with, whether it's quality lead vendors, whether it's software, whether it's tools, whether it's courses, whether it's different programs or done for you services. Whatever it is that you guys really need is what we're looking to connect you guys with and really help you guys be successful. So we're really excited. We're thankful for you guys here. Stick around because we got an insanely awesome 2020 plan for you guys, and our goal is to definitely change the numbers of successful agents in the industry to a lot higher than they currently are. And I think, as I mentioned before, and I think John would agree, a lot of that comes down to agents not having the resources and guidance that they really need to be successful in the insurance industry. It's a good contract helps, but at the end of the day, 100,000% of nothing is still nothing. So you really need the resources and the guidance and stuff as well. So thanks, guys, for everybody for being here. We really appreciate you guys. what last thing, because Amy's dropping these guys in the comments. So weekly highlights email list. Get on the weekly highlight email list. Check out a bunch of resources here. We got a ton of free resources on the site. John's got an awesome ebook we got for free on the site. All this sort of stuff. Go grab that, and that's a lot of stuff and knowledge that you can already gain and implement in your business as well. And then don't forget to get a reminder when we go live, guys, because we know you're busy. We know you guys put stuff on the calendar, but things come up. So this way you get the reminder right when we go live. So you're like, hey, I'm free. I can hop on with you guys right now. Or, oh, you know what? I'll check this out later for the replay. You'll get it. So make sure you hop on that stuff, guys. Anyways, that's enough stuff. We got to go. So thanks, guys, for being here. We love you guys. We love having this awesome community. If you know other agents, coworkers, other agents that you know, feel free to invite them to the group. We'd love to get to around 40,000 people in this group by the end of the year. We're going to need your help. We probably will run some really awesome invite contest for growing the group, and I know we've got some stuff planned for that. But feel free to add some more agents, because really, they all need resources and connections and different stuff out there, as well as there's a really awesome community of knowledge share within the group. People can ask questions, and for the most part, we do our best. Sometimes stuff gets through, but for the most part, it's a very positive, very helpful atmosphere, and we do our best to keep it that way, and keep out any negativity or unproductive type stuff. So that's our goal with this community. So thanks, guys. We really appreciate it. Thanks, John.
Thanks. Have a good one.